Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. Today I wanted to speak on the topic of rent. So right now we are experiencing a very severe economic crisis, and with that comes a loss of jobs, a loss of wages, and the struggle to pay rent. I'm focusing on rent in this video because it has come to my attention that it is actually much more difficult to try to find rent relief than it is for mortgage relief. If you have a mortgage, you can usually contact the bank and they're more willing to work with you. As a renter, you are subject to your rental agreement, and that's usually pretty ironclad. So here's what I can tell you. As of now, on April 15th, 2020, there is no rent freeze. That means that your rent is still due. So whatever day you pay rent, that is still the case. There are ideas out there of putting in a rental freeze policy, though as of today, that has not occurred. The only thing that has been done from the state of California, and I know in other places as well, there is a delay of eviction. So if you have an eviction notice, that has now been delayed until May 31st. So they're not going to be able to evict anyone until then. Unfortunately, after May 31st, there's no guarantee. So if your eviction was scheduled for May 30th, now on June 1st, they can still tell you to get out. As far as getting help to pay rent, the only thing that I was able to find, I Googled rent assistance and then my county. So rent assistance in Riverside County. The suggestion is to dial 211. I'm not sure if that works in other parts of the state and country, but I can tell you here in Riverside, that's the phone number you want to call. There are some programs in place to help with rent. Not a lot. From what I was looking at and what I was researching, people are sort of on their own in the rent department. It was highly suggested on several websites that people prioritize to pay rent first, food second, and the other bills after that. Rent should always be the top priority. It was also suggested to pay a portion of your rent if you can't pay all of it, some money being better than none. And the most important thing is to try to have a line of communication open to your landlord or leasing company. I know that my friend shared with me that her management company sent out a letter at the end of last month, the end of March, that basically said, rent is due, tough. And it's harsh, and it at this time, we would like to think that people would have grace. They have bills too. They're a business. So I can understand sending out that letter. It doesn't make it any easier, especially when you're staring at no money, at how do you pay if you don't have any money. The stimulus check is rolling out. Some people got it as early as yesterday, and that's going to roll out again. To get your stimulus check, you have to make under $75,000 as a single person, under $150,000 as a couple. You have to be documented, and you cannot be claimed as a dependent. If you're 17 or a college student, you sort of fall into a gray area where you're probably not going to get any money. And I know for my students, that's a huge majority of them. And so that's going to be an issue. There's several calculators out there where you can put in, and they're legit. I'll try to link some below, but you can see if you're getting when and if you're getting money. But $1,200 in Riverside, California, it doesn't go very far. So even that is only going to help marginally. Again, there really isn't any help for renters. There's no rent freeze. If you're struggling, please dial 211. Ask Riverside County if they have any programs or any assistance available. Some churches do assistance, but prioritize to pay rent first. I know that it's much easier right now to get food from food banks than it is to get rental assistance. So try that. That's all I have to say on this topic. Stay safe, stay sane, stay informed, do good things, and be good people. Good luck out there, everyone. Bye.